If you don't know, I dropped my debut EP album on all streaming platforms. It's called Choices. Took me so long to finally release an official project, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes it takes time. I reinvented myself in 2015 and finally found my sound, my flow, I lived through some things, so I had some things to talk about, and I became Bullwhip.
I believe you made the right choice.
Yeah. Fun fact, JP, y'all know JP?
Yeah.
Former 5'4" D-Boy member back in the day. It was the one who gave me the name Bullwhip.
Yeah.
Partly because we worked at Finish Line.
Oh. I remember you telling me that he's the one that started calling you that.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure.
2015? You're saying
That's when I officially was like, okay, I'm Bullwhip.
Okay.
But I think it was thrown around since like 13.
You were
maybe
like
12,
known as crazy.
Crazy back in the day.
Got it tatted.
I even still get that. Like, we was at the Brightbox show and C-Will came up, what up, crazy? Or, a couple people I rapped with.
That's how I met you.
Got it tatted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually my first tat. See, but it's cool because I got it on my back like a jersey because it's my last name. Because it's my last name.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, see what you did there.
Bullwhip,
See what you
crazy.
did with that.
Last name.
What song was that in? It wasn't a song, was it?
That wasn't a song. I remember that line.
I think I did put it in something. It might have been an Iron Skillet.
Maybe. I remember it.
Y'all go check them out, part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. What was the hardest part about making this project?
So it started probably like a year and a half ago. The idea, when we shot Migo.
Mm-hmm.
So we shot Migo, and I was like, all right, maybe we could continue this storyline. Didn't know necessarily what I wanted to do, but then the idea came about, maybe I'll just do an EP. We'll shoot a music video for each song, shoot the storyline. So that was the initial idea of it. I didn't even have any beats for it. I didn't know who was producing it. And I just knew I wanted to do that. So I guess months went by just plotting in my head like what the whole storyline would revolve around. Of course, I knew it was going to be myself, and you were in it. I could pull Logan in it, and of course, I could create characters here and there. And then I want to say it was probably 2019, April or May. Yella put me on to LDN Callin. The producer actually ended up working with 4 Choices, and well, that's when I found the beats. He put me on to him before then, but that's when I found the beats was last year. And so it's a 4-song EP. It goes Changes, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Dark Days, and Mr. Migo. We'll break those down in a second.
So what was the hardest part? You didn't answer my question.
All right. Well, to answer that, I had to say that.
Okay.
But the hardest part, I don't know if there was a hard part. I kind of took my time with it. So I knew where I wanted to go with the storyline, so I kind of wrote around that. I knew the main points I wanted to hit for each song, what the main aspect was, so I kind of tried to hit on that. I guess you could say that was the hardest part, but I felt like it kind of came natural because I already had the idea in place. I just had to bring it to life.
I feel like writing for a storyline is completely different. And I feel like also, I don't know, it's cool that you did this because, like, in the future, if you get really, you know what I'm saying, popping, if someone gives you a movie and says, I need you to be a part of the soundtrack, you have to write about this scene, or you have to write about this part of the movie. You're like, okay, I kind of know how to do that. I kind of know what that is. Like, I always wonder how artists do that, and they make smashes. Like
for movie soundtracks?
Yeah, like Black Panther had smashes. You know what I'm saying?
But I also listen to those, and they have nothing to do with the movie, but they are good songs. I'm not taking anything away from it.
They're like titled to match the movie.
Yeah.
Like the songs are titled, but
so the concept, which is basically what Choices is, like concepts, and I wrote around it, and there's certain...
That's what I have a question. So you wrote each song like with like the visuals in your head?
Like I picked the names like they were chapters of a book.
Right.
And I knew what was going to be in the chapter. I just had to like I said, bring it to life.
So you mapped the story in your head first, and then you wrote the song.
Yes.
Okay.
Found the beat, wrote the song. Of course, the hook usually came first.
Kind of like how Joyner Lucas does. Like he directs his videos and he writes songs to them.
Mm-hmm. In fact, the hook came first in all the songs except for Mr. Migo. I started with the first verse and just seen where it went.
Yeah.
And
that's my personal favorite.
I appreciate it. I honestly feel like I was born to make that song, and it is the greatest song I've ever made. My favorite, too. Appreciate it.
No, it's definitely dope.
So it started off before Choices. We did Migo, which is on part 2 of the Iron Skillet. It's a mixtape. I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet. You can find it. We shot the music video, and then 2019 in January, Rob Vinci approached me and was like, yo, I got a song. I want to call it Gritty. Well, you already know I'm down. And we've worked together before, so it was nothing. And then he said, I want to shoot a video. I'm like, bet. I'm about to pull these same characters and kind of just continue on this storyline. So, in Gritty, those events had to impact Choices, what happens in this. So the first song is called Changes, and I kind of wanted to portray or, get the point across that I'm dealing with what I did in Gritty. I don't want to give too much away. I want y'all to go check it out. So go check out Gritty to find out what we're talking about. But I have to deal with the consequences of those actions, and little do I know, those consequences affect more than just myself, which everyone will see when we put the movie out next month. So Changes is the first one. It's not as much energy as the rest of it because, it really doesn't stop after Changes. I didn't want it to be a whole roller coaster ride from start to finish, so I kind of had to build up to it and connect the stories. I felt like that was a good way to do it.
No, for sure.
And then Blood, Sweat, and Tears, it's like a gym song. I wanted to shoot a little gym scene, and we worked that in, and I feel like it's a really hype track.
Oh, it is.
Pump some iron, too.
Definitely.
I can just do that to the beat. Beats
for sure.
in your face.
For sure.
It's like the whole thing is like the first up and down of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Just one up and then
loop.
Boom.
Well, actually, there's a dark tunnel because the third song is Dark Days.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going through the tunnel and you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But everybody goes through dark days. And,
everyone does.
And of course, with the consequences that we all had to face in the short film, there was dark days upon us. So, of course, that's what that song is. And then it culminates with Mr. Migo, which is in your face, upbeat. Probably the most fun I've ever had performing a song is Mr. Migo. And I can't say enough about it, guys.
I think it's cool too because it's a persona in itself, the song. Because if you know Migo, if you've watched the music video, and you listen to the song, you already have a vibe. You already have a connotation, and then to say Mr. Migo is just it adds a whole nother layer of personification to the situation of what's going down. You know what I mean?
I told Logan the other day if the Wope were personified in a song, it would be Mr. Migo. But what's crazy is when I was searching and I was going through LDN's beat catalog, I came across the Mr. Migo beat. And the similarities of the sound to the original Migo, it was undeniable. It had to happen. I felt it. I knew it. I heard it. And then I even, took the Migo hook and put a little flip on it.
You should be Mr. Migo for Halloween.
I'm Mr. Migo every day. But then that is, of course, there's no talking in the... Well, there's talking, but there's no dialogue being heard because obviously you hear the songs, but my character throughout the whole storyline, his name is Migo.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get that message across to everybody.
Credits
somehow in the credits.
Yeah.
Oh, genius. We'll just put credits. We are putting credits.
Yes, we are. What's the follow up to Choices?
all right, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I know where I want to take the story. I'm gonna throw a curveball.
Is there gonna
be
after? Is there gonna be a love interest? I feel like you're missing a love interest.
That's a good point. Well, so far we're still early in the story because if you add up the 6 music videos, we're only like 25, 30 minutes into the movie. Right. So I guess you're right. We need to figure something out.
I think the next time
we've had some eye candy though.
Yeah.
I feel like moving forward, taking the storyline forward, and this is literally just an outside perspective looking in. I feel like there needs to be actual acting in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not dialogue.
Not for
like talking.
Yeah,
talking. Like, because I was about to say we did acting, we did fight scenes.
Yeah. Dialogue.
Hey, don't give away too much.
No, I know what you mean. But there needs to be more. There was little because we had the beginning of Gritty. But you're right. You're absolutely right.
I think it'll just. I don't know. It'll drive. Yeah, it'll drive it home. It'll drive it home. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for you because like I've only seen one other artist recently do anything like this, and it's somebody that's famous, like Jeezy.
Wait, he did like a storyline.
He did a short film when he
that's cool.
Did The Beautiful and Damned, and it was, but that I was
Did he do it with like the music videos, or it was just a short film?
Yeah, no, he did with some music videos as well.
That's cool.
But it was just like that's why I listened to the album. You know what I'm saying? Because of the short film. I saw that he was like putting that short film out, and I was like, damn, I wanna. This looks good. Like the film looks good. I guess I'll listen to the project.
You know, now that you say that, I think Kanye did that back in what was it, My Dark and Twisted Fantasy?
Maybe.
I believe it came with a DVD because I always bought the special editions.
I'm a no-brainer.
On everything. Because usually back then they'd come with a DVD, and I think he included a short film kind of like that.
Lemonade, you got Lemonade.
Oh, God, yeah.
Also,
to the music videos.
Hers was.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just missing out on all these things.
Lemonade is.
Next one coming out, the Kid Cudi did a whole album.
Oh, the Netflix thing?
He's doing a 30-minute episode on Netflix for each song.
That's cool.
Damn.
That's different.
Yeah, it's going to be fire.
That's going to be so good. Kid Cudi is an actor, too.
Cool. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah.
See, and that's what I like, man. That's initially what I wanted to do with Choices. I wanted to do something I haven't done before. I wanted to test myself and see if we could actually pull something like this off. And so far, I think we did. And we're in the editing process of the short film at the moment, and it's looking really good. I wanted to drop them both at the same time, same day. I just didn't know if I want to drop, 1 or drop it all together. But we couldn't get the editing done in time. So in order to preserve quality, I got to get the music out there. I want everybody to hear it.
Yeah.
But we need a little bit more time with the short film to make sure
the damn post house
as good as it can be.
Damn post house is tripping.
Dude, I mean, hey, Trav does a edit. I have revisions. He goes back. I got revisions. Like, we're going to make this as best as it can be. But we have shot everything. It's all, shooting is done.
I think when you do, this is literally just an idea that just came to me. I'm going to say it now because if I don't, I'll forget it.
Let's do it.
You know how when you're doing the credits, right? Like credits roll. I feel like nostalgia-wise, during the credits, I think you should set up a camera the next time you guys are doing edits in here and get B-roll. And
we actually have been.
And I think you need, I think you should, any clips people have from their social media.
All the behind the scenes and
that stuff playing, not as the background, but like shrunken down
popped
next
up.
to
Ooh,
it.
nice.
That just makes it feel like as people are watching those credits roll, they are seeing like
the process
of what went into making what they just watched.
Right.
I
mean, you were talking about doing a little documentary.
I was going to say, I
like
do
doing a talk, I guess.
I do want to do that, and also I haven't looked up pricing and how much it costs, but I would like to print up DVDs and get the whole the main menu.
Yeah.
You go to the special features. You could go, you could watch them individually. You could watch them all together. Like, I wanted to do all that, but I
mean, you're
I don't
like
know. We are getting Choices printed up CD wise. I found the retailer, so that's coming, or supplier or whatever.
You can find those at FYE in the mall.
Yo, all right, let's not put that information out there yet, but it will be coming to a store near you, and we're gonna present it in such a fun way that y'all are gonna love it, and I can't wait to unveil that. That's coming soon, ASAP. Probably, it might be accompanied with the DVD.
Who knows?
You know?
Who knows?
But Choices, it's out now. Bullwhip, check me out. It's on all streaming platforms. We got the short film coming soon. Merch on the way. This is the Iron Skillet Podcast. Big whoop.